With all the announcements yesterday, it's clear to everyone that a lot is coming to Battlefield 2042. We have Year 2, we have a few details on the new reworks, everything like that, but there are a lot of details about Season 3 that are still up in the air, and there are a lot of videos on the internet about these Easter eggs that seem to relate to them, but a lot of the videos don't go that in depth, and that is what I'm hoping to do here today. Because what if I told you that most of the information about Season 3 is right there for us to look at? No, it's not on DICE's website, no, it's not official yet, but we can discover what Season 3 holds through clues found in this Easter egg. So let me take you through all of it, starting from the start, just like we did when these Easter eggs first appeared. Now we've got to go back to the Norland radios. These are now activated and you can interact with them, and there's a certain order that you need to access them in to unlock what they do. So starting on Stranded, if you unlock all of the radios and interact with all of them, they will give you instructions to find radios on other maps, and they will take you through in order, giving you lots and lots of voice messages from Charlie Crawford. These are on screen now, but they will be all played in their entirety at the end of this video if you'd like to listen through all of them at once. Now these radios have different parts to them, but let's focus on the first thing that you'll hear: Morse code. Now little did we know, but this Morse code was actually leading us to the next map to unlock the next part of the Easter egg. We discovered this at the end, so it's kind of redundant, but each Morse code message at the start had to be deciphered from Morse code into letters and then deciphered further to reveal the name of the next map you had to go to. Now 1 out of 3 radios per map had a strange number at the start of the message it played. This is our next clue, and putting these numbers together revealed the longitude and latitude coordinates of a certain location. And this location is the location of the next map: Sweden. We found the exact place these coordinates lead to, and it seems we'll be fighting over some sort of factory or something stored in Sweden. We'll get further on into details about this in a minute and how we came to the conclusion that this is what we'll be focusing on in Season 3. So now that we have a location, we need more context. Why are we going here? What is here? And what else does Season 3 hold? Now we'll find the answers to all of our questions in the messages from Crawford himself. These are played by interacting with the radios, and they lead us to discover that in Sweden, in the Norland factories, there are 3D printers to create weapons. Now we know that Norland is a supplier of America's weapons through these voice messages, but we also realise that Norland are now working with Oz to create something big.
There's a rumour that Oz has taken control of the Shearwater 2 satellite. Another gift from the dark market. With that and the Black Ridge Tech in hand, make no mistake, our man's building a weapon. The kind we haven't seen before.
Now, before we get on to what Norland could mean gameplay-wise, let's talk about the story that it'll bring to the table. This Shearwater 2 satellite that Oz is working on is said to have the potential to cause massive damage to the Earth. Everyone over at the No Salt Discord are thinking, perhaps, an ice age, like the one shown in Final Stand, where Oz will be the ruler of Earth, essentially, being able to control the flow of food, water, money, and weapons. If this does end up being his overall plan, then it's great if we're correct, but even if it isn't, it's clear we're heading to the Norland factory in Sweden to stop him from building something. But like I said, Norland actually has a link to the gameplay of Season 3, or so we think. We know through the voice messages from Crawford that railgun tech is being brought into the conversation.
The manufacturer turned military contractor that supplies America with tomorrow's war machines. Railgun tech. Next level shit.
Just like with BF4's railgun, it seems we might have this tech attached to a tank. Now why do I say this? Battlefield themselves put out a clip a couple weeks ago showing off a tank with a railgun attached to it before the post got quickly deleted. That's the clear link here. But also, could we be seeing the railgun return in some sort of handheld form? Maybe, it's a possibility because they're bringing this up again, and it would be a great homage to Battlefield 4 to have this in here. Nevertheless, railgun tech is shown off, and we can also see through one of the player cards that you unlock by finding the radios, that we're seeing new weapons being built. This is a grip from a weapon that I'm pretty sure isn't in the game. And behind this grip is something that looks suspiciously like a railgun in my opinion. Maybe I'm completely wrong, maybe I'm seeing things, but it could be. Nevertheless, it seems like we'll be seeing some 3D printed weapons made by Norland coming into the game for us to use. There will be more than one weapon introduced in 2042 Season 3, but whatever those are, it's anyone's guess at this point. But that's not the only thing that these player cards give us. They also give us a look into the next specialist potentially, because we get a mention of New Cairo and a mention of someone getting state-of-the-art prosthetics. Now this might sound like a bit of a reach at first, but we could be looking at Hale, the data mine specialist by Temporeal. Whether or not Hale is his final name in the game or whether it's changed doesn't really matter here, but all we know is that he is the last remaining specialist from that data mine to be brought into the game, so it makes sense that he'd be brought into here. Now for prosthetics, there's a reason that we over at the Discord think that this links to a new specialist, and that's because we know that the new specialist is in the assault class. What could aid in assault more than prosthetic, perhaps mechanized legs or arms to aid with mobility? Either way, this character seems to be described as a hardliner, someone who's in with Oz, and as we know, Crawford used to be in with the Dark Market in a similar circle before he came over to the Nopats. So it's not completely out there to think that we could have a similar situation with the new specialist. Anyway, that is a lot of information to unpack and a lot of links that might link together or hint to things, and gives us a pretty clear indication of where the story is headed. We're heading to Sweden, we're trying to stop Oz. As the audio files suggest, lots of Nopats are rallying towards him, but we've got to stop him from accessing or building this weapon that links to the Shearwater 2 satellite to essentially bring an end to the Earth. The end of times theme of 2042 is really coming into play here, and hopefully we see that reflected in the new map. Anyway, all these ideas, all these theories haven't just come from me, they've come from everyone over at the No Salt Discord. But I'll put some names on screen now of those who really helped out with the search, who uncovered the Morse code, who found the links, who looked for the latitude and longitude coordinates, and really this wouldn't be possible without them. So if you see a name here, thank you so much for joining us yesterday and uncovering this whole thing. Now, this could be the entire Easter egg, or there could be more to uncover. We really don't know. Anything's on the table, to be honest, right now. But as far as we can tell, this is where the Easter egg ends. There's no links towards anything else we could go look at. Every loose end has been resolved, but perhaps we're wrong. Anyway, I hope you did enjoy this little info dump on the next season, linking together hints from this Easter egg to point towards the direction of some gameplay elements of next season, and some story elements, where we're headed, who we're fighting, why this is all happening. If you do want to get read up on all of your lore of 2042, please check out the Exodus archives below. Honestly, it's been so helpful with trying to decipher different clues, link together different people in the lore, and my list here of what could be coming in the next season isn't exhaustive. I haven't covered every little detail, only what really links to the next season in my opinion, but there's lots more to explore, so please check out the archives. And if you'd like to talk to me or anybody else who took part in finding out this Easter egg, then please do visit and join the No Salt Discord. We'd love to have you there. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
Oz made a deal with the devil, the Dark Market. He paid them to steal the Steadfast Refuge tech from Black Ridge. I'd know. I led the job. You're CIA, man. Wolf. He's right about one thing. That tech caused the blackout. In the wrong hands, no telling what it could do.
6, 8, 0, 5.
This transmission is connected to a Daysong executive. Follow the signals, find the source. The Dark Market controls more than just weapons and soldiers. It's got its fingers in corporations all over the world. Daysong, Forsec, Nordvik, Kaju. They use them as part of their smuggling network.
3, 9, 5, 8.
That code you're hearing? We put it together, and we know where that Black Ridge tech is headed. The signal's pinging an old EUSA substation. Dark Market co-opted those after the collapse. There's a rumor that Oz has taken control of the Shearwater 2 satellite. Another gift from the Dark Market. With that and the Black Ridge tech in hand, make no mistake, our man's building a weapon. The kind we haven't seen before. The East and West think they're in control. Like fuck they are. Their NOPAT forces are already rallying to his cause.
There is an available support drop ready.
4, 3.
This transmission leads to a Forsec bomb. Need to figure out which one. Oz can't deal with another Dark Market partner. Yeah. The manufacturer turned military contractor that supplies America with tomorrow's war machines. Railgun tech. Next level shit. Word is he's building his weapon at one of their sites. He's tasked a loyal ally to oversee the op. A real hardliner.
8, 9, 0, 3.
Assemble the code, and we find the facility. I think it's time we ask that hardliner some fucking questions.
Charlie sector is ours.